Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Tonight we're going to play another game from the 1978 Red Sox season using Strat-o-matic baseball. This is just did a video for the month of July summarizing the stats and everything. So if you haven't checked that out yet, check that out. So this is going to be a game from August 1st, so we're starting a new month of July. Only 2 full more months left in the season. Already up to game number 104. So we've gotten definitely a lot further than I have in all of my Let's Plays and all of my season replays. This is definitely the biggest series I've had. So it's definitely I definitely want to finish it and see how it comes out and everything, and then start another one because I've got some other seasons. I could do a 1978 National League replay using one of the teams there. Could do that. I could also do a let's see what we got here. Just to get off of this for a second. I've currently got some other seasons here. I've got 1993, which is I got it for the Atlanta Braves. Could do the replay for them. 2007 season, of course, for the Red Sox again. I got that. And I got to also have the 2016 season, too. So I'm still debating whether or not to get the 2017, 18 version of this game, which comes out in a couple days. The cards and everything. Right now, I don't know if financially I'm at a point where to do that. I'd like to, but I've got a whole bunch of other stuff to do, and I'm also starting to get into some board gaming. Sponsoring some projects on Kickstarter, which I hope to eventually maybe do some on my channel of that kind of stuff too. So a lot of different stuff going on there, and it definitely can get expensive, this hobby, if you want to keep things current, and if you want to get the newest thing every time. It's almost impossible with all the stuff coming out. But there's plenty. I have plenty of games that I don't really need to buy any more games. But anyway, so I'm not sure, but I definitely want to do another Strat-o-matic baseball game season replay. I think a season replay. So I've got all kinds of, as you can see, all kinds of stuff up there in the corner there. So if there's anything you guys in particular want to see, I could do a series on that kind of stuff too. But we'll see how it goes. But right now I just want to finish up this one. Hopefully, I'd like to finish this one. Definitely by the summer. I think I'd like to finish it by the end of spring, early summer. If not, maybe a little sooner. But we've got roughly 58 games. Or actually, 58 games left. So that would be feasible. I could definitely do maybe 10 a month or so. So I definitely could get done by July-ish, somewhere around there, June or July, depending upon how many I did there. But anyway, this is kind of the easiest game for me to do right now because all the pictures have been loaded for a while. Still some of my other series like Diamond Mine Baseball and a few others, I haven't gotten all the pictures downloaded for everything, so I definitely like to have all the pictures and ballparks and everything set up for that. So that's why this game is probably the easiest game I have to do right now. 1905 season replay using Action Replay PC Baseball. Pretty much got all those teams, I think, set up too. So that one's not too hard to do, and Inside Pitch really isn't that hard to do either. I've gotten most of those pictures set up for those series. And I know there's some Inside Pitch series like that 1967 Impossible Dreams season that I've kind of let go just because I've got so many projects going on, especially with all those Let's Plays of like Bobby Orr and Larry Bird and Rob Gronkowski and Kyle Yastrzemski, all those there. And again, a lot of those I don't have all the I sort of had all the I have all the season files in there. I just have to adjust them so they show up in the game by making some minor things there. And plus, I just got Baseball Mogul too from Al Red Sox Fan and a couple other ones, so that I'd like to start doing some more series on. So definitely a lot of projects and a lot of stuff to do. So definitely not hurting for that. The biggest thing right now probably is time, as I've taken another a nighttime job, working 3 nights a week. So that kind of cuts into my video time too. And I picked up a couple more students during the day too for tutoring. So right now it's getting kind of busy. So don't know how many. If I can do 1 video a day, that's probably what I'm going to try to stick to. Maybe 2 or 3 on the weekends if possible, but each day possibly. So, but anyway, we'll try to put them out as best we can. That's all we can do. And there's Miss Mags joining us too. So let's get this game underway. So it's game number 104. Oh, that's not the right season. Not the right season there. Alright, come on. Alright. So getting towards the end of my work week, so I'm a little bit tired right now. So bear with me. Alrighty. So it's another game with the Chicago White Sox from Fenway Park. I believe it's game 2 of this series. There they are, my co-hosts both there.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty. So Louis Tiant will be on the mound for the Red Sox against Mike Proley for the Chicago White Sox. The Red Sox are currently 3 games behind their pace right now. They are 62 and I forgot. 62 and 31, is it? No, 41. 62 and 41. That'd be 103, yeah. So 62 and 41 right now. So they're 3 games behind their pace. And they did actually lose this game in real life by a score of 5-2. So hopefully we can make up a game today and get just 2 games behind our actual pace. So Louis Tiant comes in with a record of 8-5 so far. He's won 1 more game so far. He came into this game with a 7-3 record, so he's got 1 more win and 2 less losses coming into the game. The ERA of 4.46, 115 innings pitched, 118 hits allowed, 45 walks, 72 strikeouts, and has surrendered 12 homers. The lineup for the Chicago White Sox is as follows. Thad Bosley, the center fielder, bats first. Don Kessinger, the shortstop, bats second. Second baseman George Orta bats third. Batting cleanup is the third baseman Eric Soderholm. Batting fifth, Ralph Garr, the left fielder. Lamar Johnson, the first baseman, bats sixth. The DH is Bill Molinaro, batting seventh. Right fielder Claudel Washington bats eighth, and behind the plate is Bill Naharadny, batting ninth. So the corners are playing in for Bosley. Comes in hitting .218 with 3 runs batted in. So the Red Sox standard defense over there. Rice, Lynn, and Evans in the outfield. In the infield, Hobson, Burleson, Remy, and Scott. And behind the plate, Fisk. And on the mound, of course, Louis Tiant. So Tiant looks in for the sign from Fisk. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it's going to be off the 5 column. And it's going to be a pop-up to Remy at second. He's under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Alright, batting second is Don Kessinger. He comes in hitting .283 with a homer and 29 runs batted in. And it's going to be out to 5 column with Tiant. And that's also a pop-up to Remy. He's under that one also and makes the catch. So 2 up and 2 down in the Chicago first. Brings up George Orta. Orta hitting .231 with 12 homers and 40 runs batted in. He's got for his 3 column. And it's going to be a 2-out walk. So Tiant has issued a lot of walks this season. He's at only 11 walks behind his season total and approximately 100 less innings. So he's definitely walked a lot. He had one game, I think, where he walked 9 batters. One of the American League highs so far this season. So Orta on first with 2 down for Eric Soderholm. Soderholm hitting just .186 with 7 homers and 34 runs batted. He's been struggling so far this season. And it's going to be off the Tiant's 6 column. And it's going to be a fly ball to center. And Lynn's under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the first with Chicago nothing and the Red Sox coming up. Rick Burleson, the shortstop, bats first. Jerry Remy is your second baseman, batting second. The left fielder, Jim Rice, will bat third. Kyle Yastrzemski back in the lineup today after a few days off. He's the DH today, batting cleanup. Batting fifth, behind the plate, Carlton Fisk. Center fielder, Freddie Lynn, bats sixth. Dwight Evans, the right fielder, bats seventh. First baseman, George Scott, bats eighth. And Butch Hobson, the third baseman, will bat ninth. So Burleson comes in hitting .279 with a homer and 32 runs batted in. So coming into the game, Mike Proley has no record yet with a 2.95 earned run average, 18 innings pitched, 20 hits allowed, 4 walks and 1 strikeout, and has surrendered 1 home run. This will be off the 5 column of Proley. And it'll be a line into order. Makes the catch for out number 1. So Jerry Remy up next. He'll be followed by Jim Rice. Remy comes in hitting .305 with 2 homers and 34 runs batted in. He's managed to keep the average above 300 for quite a while now. And it's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Kessinger. He's got a 3 range. And he gets in front of it. And he will make the play for out number 2. So 2 gone. And the Red Sox first brings up Jim Rice. Comes in hitting .313 with 29 homers and 87 runs batted. He's been stuck at the 29 homer mark for quite a while. And he could break it here. It's going to be off the 1 column. So let's see what happens here. He gets a good pitch to it here. And that Jim Rice is going to tag one a long way over the netting above the Green Monster. And Jim Rice has just hit his 30th home run to put the Red Sox up by a score of 1-0. So good start for the Red Sox. So 2 outs, and Yastrzemski back in the lineup after a few days off. Comes in hitting .284 with 11 homers and 51 runs batted in. This is going to be off the 6th column of Yastrzemski. And that's going to be a pop-up to third. Soderholm's there and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Red Sox get on the board first on a solo home run. Jim Rice's 30th of the year. So Tiant comes up with a lead now. Comes back on the mound. It's going to be Gar, Johnson, and Molinaro up for the White Sox. Gar comes in hitting .309 with 2 homers and 21 runs batted in. And he's going to get a good one hit here. And that's a base hit. Past Burleson into left field. Rice throws it back in. So a leadoff single for the White Sox. So Lamar Johnson up now. Johnson hitting .265 with 7 homers and 27 runs batted in. Scott holding Gar on first. And White Sox going to go for the hit and run here. Pops it up. Remy's there and makes the catch. Calls everybody off. So 1 out now for Bob Molinaro. Molinero's the DH today, comes in hitting .250 with 2 homers and 7 homers and 23 runs batted in. Mr. Brody is going to sit in front there. Perhaps a little too hot by the heater there. A little too hot by the heater there, Mr. Brody? A little too hot over by the heater? Yeah? Red Sox going to win today? You think so? Mr. Brody predicts the Red Sox victory again today. He was predicted correctly yesterday. See what we can do. What do you think, Mags? I think Mags thinks it's going to be a victory too. Oh, yeah. She just gave her paw sign there. He says, yep. Alright, Molinero's going to get a pitch to hit here. And he's going to belt one to right. Evans is up with it quickly. And they're going to hold Garrett second. So they'll put runners on first and second with 1 down for Washington. Washington hitting .269 with 4 homers and 18 runs batted in. And it's going to have Tiant's 6th column. And that's going to be a skinny base hit there. Only have 1 to 4 chance there to get it, and he did. Garrett will hold at third, so it's going to make the bases loaded now with 1 down. For the catcher, Bill Naharadny. Hobson and Scott are going to play in, attempting to cut the run down at home. So Fisk comes up to talk to Tiant, make sure they're on the same page. He's back behind the plate. Here's the windup in the pitch. And it's going to be off the 5 column of Tiant. And caught it. Strike at the knees. And Naharadny is gone. So 2 down now for the top of the order. Bosley is 0 for 1. So the White Sox come in 5th place in the AL West, 9.5 games behind. Beats Kansas City in first place. So Bosley popped up his first time up. So Tiant 1 out away from getting out of the bases loaded situation here. And it's going to be off the 6th column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Remy. Range check here. And he's in front of it. And he'll make the play over to Scott to end the inning. So Tiant gets out of the bases loaded situation. And the White Sox do not score. So after 1.5, it's still Boston 1 and Chicago nothing. So that's going to bring up Carlton Fisk, the catcher. Hitting .301 with 13 homers and 56 runs batted in. And it's going to be off the 6th column. Another range check on Kessinger. And that is going to be a single. Gets past him. Alright, so Fred Lynn up now, the runner on first and nobody out. Fred Lynn among the league leaders in home runs. Also in... somebody else he was leading the league in too. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was batting average against right-handed batters. Right-handed pitchers, sorry. So Fred Lynn up now. He's hitting .292 in the season with 21 homers and 67 runs batted in. So almost has hit his season total of 22 homers. And it's going to be off the 1 column. And that'll be a base hit up the middle. Fisk will hold at second, so they'll put runners on first and second. Soderholm and Johnson playing in at the corners. Evans up to the plate. Evans comes in hitting .268 with 16 homers and 61 runs batted in. Corners again playing in. And it's going to be off the 6th column, which is Molinero's best column. And he's going to fly out to center. Bosley's there. And makes the catch. So Fisk will hold at second. So it'll bring up the boomer, George Scott, hitting 8th today. Averaged .235 with 8 homers and 30 runs batted in. Definitely a down season for the Boomer. 77 was a great season for him. Probably definitely his last great season. Oh, and he's just going to miss a base hit there. Lines out to Kessinger for out number 2. Snow cone that one. So that'll bring up Butch Hobson, hitting .285 with 9 homers and 40 runs batted in. And Hobson will get a good one to hit here. Let's see if he can increase that Red Sox lead. And he cannot, but he does draw a walk. So to load the bases for the Rooster. He lined out his first time up. And it's going to be off the 4 column. And Burleson comes through in the clutch. Fiskell coming around the score. Lynn also scores. So Hobson moves to third. So Rick Burleson with a 2-run single puts the Red Sox on top 3-0 now. So Rem Dog, Jerry Remy up now. Grounded out his first time up. Off the 2 column. And he'll ground out to Johnson. Trots to the bag for out number 3. But the Red Sox scored 2 on a 2-run single by Rick Burleson. And lead it 3-0 now. So a little breathing room for Tiant. Kessinger will lead it off. He popped out his first time up. And it'll be a fly ball to center. Lynn is there and makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 gone in Chicago third. Brings up George Orta. Orta walked his first time up. And he will strike out swing. So 2 quick outs in the White Sox third. Brings up Eric Soderholm. Flew out his first time up. But this time he looks like he's got to get an opportunity to get a hit. Instead he gets under it and he'll fly out again to Lynn. As Lynn drifts over and makes the catch. So that's it for the White Sox in the third. So after 2.5, it's the Red Sox 3-0. So Jim Rice up now. Hit his 30th home run back in the first to get the Red Sox on the board. And this time he's going to take a strike. 3 looking. So 1 down in the Red Sox third. Brings up the captain, Kyle Yastrzemski, back after a few days off. And he's going to get under one here. Pops it up to short. Kessinger calls for it and makes the catch. So Fisk up now. He's singled his first time up. And this time he'll fly out to left. Gar's there. And he hauls it in for out number 3. So Red Sox go 1, 2, 3 in the third. So third of the way through, it's the Red Sox 3 and the White Sox nothing. So it'll be Gar, Johnson, and Molinaro against Tiant here in the fourth. Gar singled off of Tiant his first time up. And this time he'll fly out to Evans for out number 1. Johnson popped out his first time up. And this time he'll strike out swing. So Tiant with his third K of the game. So far has walked just 1 batter. Molinaro singled off Tiant. And this time he'll ground out to Remy. Fires over to Scott for out number 3. So nothing doing for the White Sox in the fourth. So Tiant cruising along. Red Sox will send Lynn, Evans, and Scott if anybody gets on Hobson. Lynn singled his first time up. And this time he'll ground out to Soderholm for the first out of the fourth. Dwight Evans up now. Flew out his first time up. And he's going to ground to Kessinger. Charges it, fires to first for the second out of the fourth. Let's check out some scores from around the league. Kansas City and Cleveland are scoreless. Texas and New York are knotted at 2. Detroit and Toronto tied at 1. Oakland leads California 2-1, and Minnesota and Seattle are tied at 3. And I believe Milwaukee has the day off today. So the Red Sox can pick up a half game if they are able to win today. We'll keep an eye on that Yankees score there. See if they can gain some ground on the Bronx Bombers, who are, I believe, currently a game behind them. They played, I think the Red Sox have played 2 less games than the Yankees. And they trail, the Yankees have 2 more losses than the Red Sox do. So Scott up now. He lined out his first time up. And it's going to be a range check on Washington. He's only a 4. So 1 to 11 will be a base hit for Scott. And that's going to drop in there. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And can it be? Is the Boomer going to have himself an inside the park? Well, not technically an inside the park home run, but the Boomer is going to come all the way around the score. So they're going to credit him with a double and a 2-base error on Washington. So George Scott with kind of an inside the park homer after the error by Washington, but it looks like a home run on the scoreboard as far as the runs go. So the Boomer will come home with a run scored, and it's 4-0 Red Sox. Not often you see that. So the number behind hitter Hobson up now. Walked his first time up to load the bases at the time. And he's going to get under one here. And Bosley's drifting back, racing hard, and he dives to get it. That took off on Bosley there. But he was able to make the catch. So that does it for the Red Sox in the fourth, but they score a run on the double and 2-base error by Washington. And they take a 4-0 lead now. And Washington will lead it off. Singled his first time up, hoping to redeem himself from his error. And this will be a fly ball to center, but Lynn has excellent range. And he's under it. And makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 down in the Chicago 5th. Brings up now Naharodny, strikeout victim his first time up. And that'll be off the 5 column of Tiant. And Tiant gets another K of Naharodny. His 4th K of the day for Tiant. So it brings up to the top of the order Thad Bosley. So far 0 for 2 today. And this one is going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to bounce around in the triangle there. Lyndon Evans going for it. Looks like Evans is going to get to it. But not before Bosley is into third with a 2-out triple. So that was definitely a Fenway Park triple there. So that'll bring up Don Kessinger. Looking for his first hit of the day. But he won't get it as he grounds one to Hobson. Fires over to across the diamond over to Scott. And the White Sox halfway through trail at 4-0. So the Red Sox are at the top of the order. Burleson, Remy, and Rice against Proley here in this bottom of the 5th. Burleson had a 2-run single his last time up. 1 for 2 today. And that'll be a ground ball to order at second. He's a 4 range. Gets in front of it. And is able to make the play over to Johnson for out number 1. So we have Jerry Remy. Remy's grounded out twice today. Corners are playing in against Remy. And that'll be hit past Johnson at first into right field. So Remy's on with a 1-out single. And I think we're going to have probably 0 holding him on. And now already is a +1, so that'll add a +1 to Remy. So we're going to try to have him steal here. Try to get in the scoring position. So 1-16 would be safe. Let's see if we can get a jump. And here he goes. And Remy gets in under the tag. So Remy with a stolen base. So he's in scoring position for Rice. Rice 1 for 2 with a solo home run back in the first to put the Red Sox on the board. Chance for an RBI here. And don't think he's going to get it, although there is a range check possibility here, so let's see what that is. Nope. He's going to pop up to Kessinger. Makes the catch, looks the runner back. So 2 gone in the Red Sox 5th. So let's see if Yastrzemski can come through here. Yastrzemski's popped up twice today so far. Come on for a high split there. We want a 10 split would be nice. Nope, won't get it. Said he's going to ground out to order for the final out of the 5th. So after 5, Red Sox lead at 4-0 over the White Sox. Tiant pitching well today so far. Has not allowed a run yet. So Order will lead it off. He's 0 for 1 with a strike with a walk. And he's going to fly out to Evans and right. Evans is under it and makes the grab for out number 1. Soderholm's flown out twice today. And this time he'll draw a 1-out walk. Second walk of the day given up by Tiant. Ralph Garr 1 for 2 today. And make that 1 for 3 as he flies out to Lynn in center. So Johnson to come up with 2 outs and a runner on first. Hitless today. Oh, but he's possibly going to get a good one to hit here. Gets a little bit under it. And Rice is there to make the catch. So Rice has not had much action out there, but makes the final out of the 6th. So after 5.5, the Red Sox continue to shut out the White Sox 4-0. Fisk will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 today. Make that 2 for 3 as he gets his second hit of the day. So Fisk on with a leadoff single. Fred Lynn 1 for 2. And he'll pop one up to Johnson. Makes the catch for out number 1. Dwight Evans, in search of his first hit of the day. He'll get a good one to hit here. Let's see what he can do with it. He's going to get the 12 split there. And that is going to be a fly out to Bosley in center. It's 2 outs in the Red Sox 6th. George Scott, 1 for 2 with a double. Came around the score on that double after the 2-base error by Washington. This time Garl will have this one for out number 3. So after 6 full, the White Sox come up trailing by 4. Molinaro, 1 for 2, single back in the 2nd. And he'll draw a walk. 3rd walk of the day given up by Tiant. Scott will hold him on. Here comes Washington, 1 for 2. And Washington will get a good one to hit here. Let's see if he can redeem himself for that 2-base error that allowed Scott to score. And he will. He lines a single up to center. Molinaro stops at second, down by 4. So the first 2 runners on. As Fisk goes out to talk to Tiant. Red Sox have action in their bullpen. Looks like Bob Stanley has started stretching. So Naharadny comes to the plate. He's struck out twice against Tiant so far today. Tiant has had his number. Oh, and this could be 2. He grounds out to Burleson. Over to second for 1, back to first. Double play as Molinaro moves to third. So now Rodney hits into a 6-4-3 double play. Let's take a look at some scores here. Cleveland edging Kansas City now 1-0. Yankees are still tied with the Rangers at 2. Matlock and Hunter dueling. Detroit all over Toronto 9-1. Oakland edging California 3-2. Langford and Ryan dueling. Seattle slipping by Minnesota 6-4. Raleigh and Stanton dueling. So Bosley up now, 1 for 3 with a triple. The runner on third with 2 outs. And this should do it as he grounds out to Scott. He'll take it himself for out number 3. So 7th inning stretch time. Trivia question brought to you by Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. Which Cubs pitcher did Babe Ruth call his home run against? Oh, man. I cannot remember. So which Cubs pitcher did Babe Ruth call his famous home run called shot against? It was in the World Series, I know that. Obviously, it had to have been if it was against the Cubs. I do not know, so let's find out what the answer to the trivia question is. Lock your answers in. Charlie Root. So thank you for the trivia question, Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. Always a good time. They always come up with good questions. So Butch Hobson will lead it off for the Red Sox in the home half of the 7th after Take Me Out to the Ball Game was sung by the Fenway faithful. Hobson comes in, steps up to the plate so far 0 for 1 today with a walk. And he'll fly out to Bosley in center. Easy out there. So Rick Burleson had a 2-run single back in the 2nd, 1 for 3. Probably still out there for the White Sox. And he'll get the roll there. Gets himself a base hit. So 1-out single for Burleson. So it'll be Jerry Remy singled his last time up, 1 for 3. And that's going to be a grounder to Johnson. Takes to the bag himself as Burleson moves into scoring position. So Jim Rice, 1 for 3 with a homer back in the 1st. And he's going to ground out to Kessinger. There'll be a range check on Kessinger. And gets in front of it. And it wasn't pretty, but he makes the play. Over to Johnson. The Red Sox are retired in the 7th. So Tiant back up for the... I think we're going to let him pitch another inning here. See how he's doing inning-wise. Yeah, I think he's doing okay inning-wise. So we'll let him try to get through another inning. He's only allowed 5 hits so far. Kessinger 0 for 3 today comes to the plate. And he gets himself a strikeout there. Misses that one by a mile. It's Tiant's 5th strikeout of the day. Order up now. 0 for 2 with a walk. And that'll be a ground out to Remy. Scoops it up. Over to first for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the White Sox 8th. Soderholm's 0 for 2 with a walk. And hard ground ball right at Hobson. Snares it easily and throws to first. Gets him by a step. So Tiant gets him 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. So Tiant's pitched a fine game today. That's most likely his last inning of the game. So Yastrzemski will come to the plate today. At this moment, 0 for 3. And he gives this one a ride, juices this one into the gap. And that's going to get down and hit to the wall. Bounces off the short wall. Yastrzemski with his first hit of the day. The leadoff double here in the Red Sox 8th. So Fisk's up now. 2 for 3 on the day. Pair of singles. And he'll draw the walk. So probably back out there again for the 8th. Despite being up to 129 pitches. So the first 2 runners on for the Red Sox here in the 8th. Soderholm and Johnson playing in. Lynn's 1 for 3 with a run scored. And he'll line out to order. As the runners quickly return to their bases. So Evans up now, 0 for 3. And he's going to ground out to order. Looks like his only play is to first. So that'll put runners on second and third for George Scott. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And he'll ground out to Kessinger and fires over to Johnson to end the Red Sox scoring chance here in the 8th. So ahead to the 9th with the Red Sox. Do we let Tiant? We're going to let Tiant try to pitch another inning here. Cut down some of those usages there because I think Stanley, who did pitch today, technically is kind of high. Yeah. He's only 88%. Yeah, we'll let Stanley come in. So Tiant will get him out of there. He has pitched over his pitch limit there. Try to go by that when we can. It's a non-save situation, so we'll bring Stanley in. Get him some work here, see if we can lower that ERA a bit. Comes in with a 3-2 record, 14 saves, 3.52 earned run average. 7 innings pitched, 93 hits allowed, 18 walks and 24 strikeouts, and a surrender 3 homers. So he'll face Gar, Johnson, and Molinaro here in the 9th. Non-save situation. So he was 1 for 3 off Tiant. And he'll line it out to Remy for out number 1. Alright, let's take a look at some finals here. Cleveland squeezed by Kansas City 3-1. Yeah, the Texas managed to overcome the Yankees 4-2, so that's good news for us. So we can gain a full game on the Yankees if we can be able to close this one out and get 2 more outs. Detroit 9-1 over Toronto. Oakland spanked California 7-2. Seattle cuffed Minnesota 8-5. I really hope they fix some of these explanations here. They're just so kind of outdated. And you don't hear any of these terms now, or very few of them. Alright, so let's see if the Red Sox can get the shutout against the White Sox here. See if Stanley can close it out. Johnson 0 for 3 today against Tiant. And that'll be a ground ball to Burleson. Should make the play here. And he does, over to Scott for out number 2. So White Sox are down to their last out. So Bob Molinaro, he's 1 for 2 with a walk. And this should do it. It's off the 3 column. Ground ball to Remy. Up with it, over to Scott. And the Red Sox shut out the White Sox 4-0. Now just 2 games off their pace. Hitting star for the Red Sox was Rice. I don't know about that. 1 for 4 with a home run. That was all they needed, though. So perhaps he was. So let's get the box score. All right. So pitching first, Tiant goes 8 innings. 5 hits, just 5 hits allowed, no runs. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. And so his record is now 9-5. His ERA down to 4.17. Bob Stanley pitched a score, sending him relief. His ERA is down to 3.47 now. So Mike Proley goes the distance for the White Sox. Pitches 8 innings, allowing 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout. 139 pitches, 1 home run to Jim Rice. For the Red Sox, let's see. Rick Burleson 2 for 4, 2 runs batted in. Jerry Remy was 1 for 4. Jim Rice 1 for 4 with a solo homer. Yastrzemski 1 for 4. Fisk 2 for 3 with a run scored. Fred Lynn 1 for 4 with a run scored. Evans 0 for 4. Scott 1 for 4 with a run scored. And Butch Hobson 0 for 2. I think a couple of walks, or at least 1 walk. So the White Sox manages 5 hits off Tiant and Stanley. Bosley was 1 for 4. Kessinger 0 for 4. Orta 0 for 3. Soderholm 0 for 3. Ralph Garr 1 for 4. Lamar Johnson 0 for 4. Molinaro 1 for 3. Clyde Washington 2 for 3. And Nahar Rodney 0 for 3. So that is it from Fenway Park. Attendance 33,488. The game from Tuesday, August 1st, 1978. That was just a 2-game series against the White Sox, so they sweep that, I believe. Let's check it out here. So let's see, with the win. So with the win, the Red Sox are now 2 games to pick up a half game on the idle Milwaukee Brewers. 63-41 now. It's 2 games behind their pace. Start the month off right. So the Yankees lost, so they're now 3.5 games behind Milwaukee and a game and a half behind us. Kansas City and California, I believe they both lost today. Yeah, the Angels have lost actually 4 in a row. The Royals 2 in a row. So they're still tied for first. So let's check out the next game. I think we're starting, I want to say, with the New York Yankees. Yep, so the Red Sox are going to start a series with the New York Yankees. I believe it's a 3-game set, but could be wrong there. Actually, let's check really quickly here. So this is a game from Tuesday, August 1st. So yep, so they're going to start, I think it's a 3-game series, at least. So, at Yankee Stadium. Oops. Two-game series there. Yep. And then they got to travel to Milwaukee for, I think, a 3-game set against the Brewers. So the Red Sox facing the division rivals there. So a chance for the Red Sox to gain some ground on both New York and Milwaukee. A little separation there between the Yankees and possibly get themselves in the first place if they can have a good series against the Brew Crew. So thank you for joining me. I call us Mr. Brody and Miss Mags. Red Sox won, Mr. Brody. You were correct. They swept the White Sox. Yeah, Mr. Brody very pleased with that. So we'll see. Maybe we can play another game soon from our 1977 Red Sox replay. Using Out of the Park Baseball. That's a fun series. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. As Mr. Brody is trying to manage the 1977 Boston Red Sox to... We'll see how far we can take them. At least, hopefully, win the division first. As they were unable to do in their actual season. But let's see if they can do that. Made some great deals there. Got rid of Butch Hobson, among others. And hired some great players like Rusty Staub and Toby Harrah. And signed some. And Gaylord Perry. Doc Medich. Legrand, I think we said Rusty Staub, Legrand Orange there. So definitely check that out series if you haven't yet. So opening day, I guess, is I think this Friday. It's currently the 14th today. So I think, yeah, opening day is the 16th, I think, in 2 days. So I know Strat-o-matic Delaware and I think Espo Strata going down there. So I was thinking about doing it, but probably not in the cards, no pun intended there, to go down this year, but I definitely want to get down there, and I'm going to make every effort to get there next year. So take care, God bless, and we'll see you in the next 1978 Red Sox replay game 105. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.